everyone, welcome to Rag Plays Crusader Kings 2, the Reaper's Due patch. I figured it was about time to actually start getting some PC content flowing into the channel. We've been on Aiden for quite a long time. We're not quite or anywhere near done that LP, and I won't be slowing down content for that any, but I figured this was a good game to start out with. It's a game that I have quite a bit of experience in. I have, I don't know, approximately 920-ish hours, I think, and I've been playing since about, probably late 2013 or mid-2013, maybe during the summer. I might have picked it up on sale when the Old Gods came out. In any case, I did stop playing this game about the time that the Horse Lords came out. I felt like they were making too many unnecessary changes and making the game just really tedious overall. They weren't, it was becoming more of a chore to do, or more of a chore to do anything interesting. It took forever to get anything done. It wasn't fun anymore. So I had set it down, and especially that was accentuated when that other expansion came out. What the hell was it called? Conclave. When Conclave came out, I pretty much had it by then. The council nonsense, the stupid Shattered Retreat mechanic. It didn't add anything to the game as far as I'm concerned. It still doesn't, though I am up to speed with it, and I do have all of the DLC currently enabled, so we're going to get right into it and select a single-player campaign. I thought a little bit about the start date, and I think we'll do the early Middle Ages still, and we'll do a custom game setup. And we are going to play as, I originally thought we should play as somebody up here in Finland, perhaps, and try to, I don't know, maybe unite the Kingdom of Finland. We could also play somebody in Russia. That might be a decent idea. Or perhaps in Poland as well. I don't know. It's a tough call. I'm trying to look around the map. The earliest start date, the problem with it is there aren't a whole lot of places that are super interesting. Like Middle Francia and West Francia are really huge, and Lombardy and Umayyads and the Abbasids and the Byzantines, they kind of take up everything, and they don't really... What country is this? It doesn't say. Why doesn't it say? Is it Armenia? No, it's some other sultanate. Why isn't it saying the name there? That must be a bug. If I zoom way in. No, it still doesn't. That's weird. Well, regardless, we could play as Hungary. That might be interesting. They are Avars, the Tengri religion. If we look at religions here, let's see what we have. Tengri stretches all the way into Hungary still. Hasn't been Christianized yet. We could also play as Prussia. That might be interesting. Marienburg. I don't think it was called Marienburg back then, game. That's probably the German name for it. I think we are going to play as the Count of Uusimaa. Yeah, I like that. I want to play up in Finland again. I haven't done it in a while. And maybe we call this campaign Finishheim. Finishheim. Yes, we will finish the country of Finland, and maybe a bit of we might take Lapland as well, because I know they've divided them into de jure kingdoms. If we look at the kings here, rather we would see if we did that anyway. Regardless, Uusimaa difficulty is pretty high. I want to do a custom ruler for this, and we will give ourselves. That's a good hairstyle. Hair color needs to be a lot lighter than that. Our beard color, we're not going to have a beard. And our eye color will be blue. And our ears we won't even be able to see. Our cheeks, let's make us a little bit more gaunt. I don't think Finland was very filled with food during this period of history. Maybe something like that. Neck, I don't think we can even see that well anyway, but... 4, I guess. Our chin needs to be less cleft, I think. Maybe something like... It's way too big. Oh, something like that. Let's see our mouth here. Kind of like that. Nose could use a bit of change, I think. Get something a little bit more, less bulging. More fair. Nose 6 wouldn't be bad. That's kind of good. And our eyes, let's change those. Yeah, something like that. That's perfect. Clothes don't matter, headgear doesn't matter, age and background all changes depending on where you are, so we will go next. This is not our coat of arms. We are going to make the coat of arms 14 for a silver wolf in the center. I do like the wolf quite a bit. And 6 black on sable, or argent bleu on sable, or something like that, sable. So, silver wolf on black background. Let's see here. Chief Tapani of Uusimaa. No. That's not going to do at all. We want to be Chief Alexei. E-I, or is it I? I will say it's I. L-A-I-H-O. Laiho. Alexei Laiho. We shall spread melodic death metal to all of our enemies. And this will be the great country of Bodom. Alexei Laiho is the lead singer of Children of Bodom, a Finnish melodic death metal band. We're actually quite good. Our culture is fine, excuse me, we don't need to change that at all. We need an education. We are going to be a brilliant strategist because we do need a lot of martial to begin with. Now we're going to introduce some traits to try and get our age down, but first we need a military education type trait, so I'm thinking the beginning organizer would be a great one to have because I like movement speed, I like to be able to run away fast, and Finland is very, very big, and it takes a long time to get anywhere. So with us leading troops, it'll be a lot easier to do that. I do think we're going to want a congenital trait, like genius, something good like that. And we want one other good trait. I'm thinking something along the lines of patient for that defense bonus. I really like that. Now we're going to need to take some years off of us here because we're age 75 and that's just awful. We're going to need to be something like cynical. Where's cynical? There's cynical. Let's take 5 years off our age by becoming cynical. We're going to be deceitful, another 2 years. We are going to be lustful, absolutely, because it's just free fertility. If I looked at all the skills here, I'm not going to mouse over them all, but that's... Some of them have malices, some of them have, you know, positives. It's whatever. We're gonna make our way through this. We are going to be a drunkard. That's another 5 years, so we're down to 63. We're going to be wounded. That gets us to 52, and we are going to be a kinslayer, and that gets us down to 41 years, and I think that's a perfectly reasonable age to be. All of this will go away after a while. Kinslayer might stay with us for a long time. We don't have any kin at the beginning of the game, or we shouldn't. We could be scurvy and be minus 35 right off the bat. Wow. That would be terrible. Why is this available? Sick and capable. That's weird. Anyway, I'm not going to pick any of those. Well, this wounded, the reason why I choose this, I mean, it's risky. It's risk-reward, right? So it gives us a martial of -1. It gives us health of -1. We can offset both of those if we pick the hunting focus at the beginning of the game, which is exactly what we'll do. So our character has a 6 diplomacy, which is pretty god-awful. 18 martial. We're going to be a very, very strong warrior type guy. We're going to be... we have 11 in stewardship, not bad. 19 intrigue. If we need to kill somebody, we can do it relatively easy. And 10 in learning. And I think that's just, like, perfect. That's right on the money. So we're going to finish. See what I did there? And we are Chief Alexei of Uusimaa, of House Laiho. And we will go ahead and jump right into this. So we have some rules here that I forgot, and I would really like to reset these for the time being. I need to see what the defaults are. Why are our achievements disabled? Oh, because I haven't, I could enable it to gain achievements. I'm not too worried about that. Major epidemics. The bubonic plague will appear at the very earliest 200 years after the game has started. We're going to turn that up. We're going to turn that to deadly. Actually, no, we're not. Dynamic. The very earliest 200 years after the game has started might reappear 500 years after game start. After one major outbreak, the epidemic will become endemic. Right? Delayed dynamic. We could wait a while. We could do historical in 1345 and follow its normal route. Bubonic plague will appear frequently and extraordinarily deadly. We'll keep it. We'll keep it that. We'll keep it dynamic. Reapers do minor epidemics default. That's fine. Mongol invasion, historical, that's fine. Aztec invasion, that's going to be turned off right now. Get rid of that. I do not like that coming in and screwing up everything. Shattered retreat will be off. I hate that. It just ping-ponging around the map is annoying, and it doesn't make any sense. Defensive pacts are fine. Gender equality is default. Supernatural events are on, obviously. De jure drift. That's fine, I guess. Subrealms take 100 years to integrate into a de jure realm. That's fine. Culture conversion is fine. Religious speed is fine. Rating is historical. That's all good. Adventurers. Let us choose those. Let's put those on rare. I don't really care for having adventurers, and they're annoying, and it should be rare because that's how it is in real life. Very few people actually manage to raise a sizable force of men and take over a country. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Interfaith marriages restricted, that's fine. Matrilineal marriages on, that's fine. Custom realms and Charlemagne on. Custom story events on. Vassal republics restricted. Vassal theocracies restricted. Invitation to court default. Diplomatic range on, that's perfectly fine. Regencies on. Provincial revolts, normal. Events of attrition is fine. Pagan reformation is on. Assassination are on plots only. You know what? I don't think I'll ever have the money to just get rid of somebody via the assassination button. I have played a test game, and it's super expensive. It's good that they added this back in, so I can just, you should be able to throw money at a problem until it disappears. You know what? We'll turn it on. Just for fun. Well, let's see. Way of life seduction on. Way of life intrigue on. That's all good. We're good. So let's go ahead and start the game. Loading! And a bunch of people are no longer on our council. We'll fix all that in a minute. We're all good with this. This just tells us about how our religion affects what we can do. I'll explain all of that when we get into it. That is not what we chose to look like. I don't know why it does this. CK2 does this all the time, where it'll reset the appearance changes that you made. Okay, we're wearing a helmet. I don't really care for that, but, whatever. We've put ourselves back to how we should be. So, House Liho is just me. Literally just me. We own both holdings. We have a single guy underneath of us here who is our spy master. I think there must be someone better than... Yeah, there is. I think you would make a much better... Ooh, you're fancy. Very fancy. I'm going to take you as my wife. We don't need the domain holding right now. Anyway, we have to sort things out. So, Chancellor. Who's the best Chancellor in the realm? This here guy. Who is the best Marshal that we have? This guy. Who's our best Steward? Probably you, sir. And you know what? You would make a much better court chaplain, so it's going to be this guy, I'm afraid, but then we're going to get you back if we can. Why can't we get that woman back? What, she can't lead, can I not make you... Can I not make you my council person? No, you don't understand. I want to make you my court chaplain because you're amazing. Like, you have 17 learning. That's really good. Why can't I make you the diviner? That's stupid, but okay. I don't want that person then. It's going to be you. You are going to build me some zeal in Uusimaa. You are going to build me a legend in Uusimaa. And you are going to study technology in the Byzantine Empire in Constantinople. I don't know if it has the highest at the beginning of the game. I'm not too worried about it. We'll probably get plenty of events for that. You, what kind of troop deficit do we have here? You can go ahead and... I think what we'll do with you to start with, we can't really raid anyone in the beginning of the game, so we're going to train some troops in the capital, and you are going to fabricate claims on someone, but who? I think we need to fabricate claims in a different kingdom altogether. I'm going to send you to this place to start, I think. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so that takes care of all of our counselors, and we've got them working on their jobs, and they're going to hopefully get us a reason to go to war. If this guy manages to fabricate claims up here, we'll have a reason to declare war on Kola. And if he's training troops, he's going to hopefully get us some more men and help with the reinforcement rate. He's building us a legend, so that builds us prestige faster. We use prestige to buy things and to have better opinion with everybody. And studying technology, we have a better chance of getting technology to come to our realm and hopefully get some good buildings out of that, and change the laws maybe. And the diviner will be building zeal, so we might get some religious zealots to help defend our realm with, if nothing else, as a deterrent if we can't use them in offensive wars, because there's no one to holy war. And you know, it doesn't really make sense for the Suminusko to have zealots, because they can't declare holy wars. So the zealots don't have, as far as I know, they don't have any use unless we're defending. Maybe it's a defensive thing, and if someone declares a holy war on us, we can defend from it. Well, regardless, we have other things to take care of. So, new important decisions are available. We can worship the ancestors. We're not going to do that yet because we don't have a whole lot of money. There is no heir to our dynasty. That's terrible. So we need to have children. I think the first thing we're going to do, title loss on succession, successor nomination, we can't do that yet. Ruler is unmarried. We need to go ahead and find a woman. So we're going to find characters. We're going to find women who are not in prison, who are not married, who are any ruler, preferably my religion, preferably my culture, both adults and children, because maybe we can get betrothed. Great house, any. We're going to search all. We're going to get the one with the best... Let's see, the best... diplomacy, I think. Mainly because we want to be able to get a kid out the best, and we are very weak in diplomacy right now. So it's going to be this woman. We're going to arrange a marriage with her and me. And that's a yes, and we get minus 100 from marrying a courtier. That doesn't matter to me. I want the stat boost from her things for diplomacy. We're also going to search for women who are quite... This one is going to become a concubine right off the bat. And we're also going to take this hedonist as a concubine, because we need to have children right away. And you know what? That is the one we just agreed to marry. Is there any of them with like congenital traits or things like that? If not, we want to get the realm full of good people. So probably this one. We'll take this one as a... This one won't accept. Why? Will not accept. Oh, she's a high chief, is she? Well, excuse me. How about that one? Oh, she won't let us. That's my priestess, I think. Okay, so this lustful one, I guess, because we'll have a better chance to procreate with her. We need an heir. We need a son, preferably, so we need to do all that. Alright, so that takes care of the marriage and the concubines. Next thing we want to do is pick an ambition. Pick an ambition over here, this button. And the best one in here, we could become a paragon of virtue. I'm not too worried about that. Become exalted among men. That just gives us extra prestige and piety, one or the other. Piety is religious points, and you can spend that in the same ways you can kind of spend prestige. Piety improves the popularity with church-going folk, if we were a Christian, or, you know, whatever our religion happens to be. Prestige helps us with the opinion of nobles. basically. And we spend both of these on various things, like holy warriors. We can hire some holy warriors with that. Prestige we can build buildings with. No, we don't want to do either of those to become the King of Finland is a fantastic one to pick right off the bat. That's going to be the one. See the realm prosper would be cool. I don't want to be at peace for 5 years. That takes way too long, especially in the beginning of the game. That's one to choose down the road when we have nothing better to do. Build a war chest. That's just gaining money, and you gain, I think, stewardship. Has amassed a suitably large amount of money for this realm, 300 ducats. That's a lot. We'll never get to that as a pagan. Groom an heir. Chief Alexei wants to have a male child and see him reach adulthood. That would be useful. While this ambition is active, fertility is increased by 20%, will increase the chance of having a kid. I don't think we need that, given the chance we just took 3 concubines, 2 of which are like lustful and hedonistic, and we have a wife, 3 and another concubine. I think we're going to go ahead and choose Become the King of Finland to give us free claims. What that does, gives us free claims on everybody in the de jure kingdom of Finland. So we click this button down here by the map. All of this land, we'll be able to attack free of charge, anything that's brown here, without having to do anything with. So that's good. We need to select a focus. Like I said off the bat, since we have a health deficit, we want to pick something that offsets that, like hunting. Martial +2, that'll get our martial up to 20, which is a fantastically high modifier, and health +1, so that offsets our chance to die from that, basically, from being wounded. We'll probably heal. And once it heals, it turns into Scarred, which is actually a prestige buff, and it'll generate us prestige, because, you know, chicks dig scars and all that. Ruler is unmarried, special minor titles are grantable. We want to get this squared away right off the bat. Is there anybody better than you guys? I'm going to resign you as a commander, relieve you as a commander, and the other one, you, sir. Relieve commander. I wish it would just do this right off the bat so that you could choose your own when you... So we have 2 commander slots. How's your personal combat skill? You don't really have modifiers. So it's going to be you, and... These guys are all relatively terrible. Probably you. No venerable elders. We could make people like us a bit more by handing out these Cupbearer, Champion, Master of the Blade honorary titles. Basically, they don't do anything, but they improve the income of whoever has them, and give a popularity boost in favor of us. Like, whoever gets one of these will like us a little bit better. We're not going to do that. We don't need to yet, because we don't have anybody under us that's important. We only have one vassal who is here, and she is a priestess, so she basically has like 10 men to her name. It's not important enough for us to care. For military, we have currently 640 men. We want to raise that up a bit more. We don't have our full levy back quite yet. We also have the Council's Discontent for a bit longer. So we have 3 Glory Hounds and 2 Zealots. It doesn't matter in the beginning because we're like lowest crown authority. We can do whatever we want. Our first order of business is probably going to be either attacking Savo or Kakasalmi. And Kakasalmi has 208 men. And this guy has 225 men, so honestly it would be better to snag this one first. Though he does have a vassal underneath of him, unlike this person, so... I don't know. I think in any case we're ready to unpause the game, and I'm going to put it at speed 3. Actually speed 4, there's no reason not to. And we're going to probably declare war on this guy right away as a subjugation. No. Yeah, no. I don't know. He has 420, we can't take him on yet. This guy's very important to get under our belt, though, because we'll automatically get this if we subjugate him. It'll be a lot easier than taking things one at a time, and it'll give us a little bit of a boost to our men. It also includes part of our de jure duchy, and that's what I was trying to switch to. De jure duchies in the Kingdom of Finland are Satakunta, which is kind of this slightly darker area. You can see the borders here. It kind of runs like this, up like this, and then around. It's this part of Finland. Karelia is over here, and it's slightly lighter brown. So those are the only 2. There's also Estonia down here, and Livonia right here. The 2 that I would ideally like to own myself would probably be Satakunta, since there's so much on the coast here. And probably Estonia, I would think I would want to own as well. If not Estonia, then Karelia, for certain. But regardless of which of those we do, we probably need to expand east to start, starting with Sabo. So I'm going to declare war on him right away. I don't think he has any allies. You always want to check their pacts here to see how many men they have. You can trust this number, but sometimes I actually prefer to go into their realm tree and actually look at the amount of men he has in here, because I don't entirely trust it. He does indeed have 225 men. Not that many. This guy is slightly weaker, but this guy is a lot easier to just take outright, so we're going to do him first. We're going to do a subjugation because we get those free on everything. And if this guy is subjugated, he doesn't go under us. We're going to get his land because we're only a count. Counts cannot be subservient to counts. Counts can only be subservient to dukes. This guy here is the only duke. Actually, I think this guy over here, Einan, is a duke as well, or Einan and Karelia. He's the Duke of Karelia. He's the Duke of Satakunta. We want to steal that title from him eventually, but for now we're going to just take some land and eat all around here. Particularly, I think I'm going to leave Satakunta be for a long time, merely due to the fact that Satakunta is bordering Svithjod, and Svithjod is Sweden, if you look over here. Sweden are Norse, and they have a tendency to always declare war on the largest thing that borders them. So he's either going to go to war with Västergötland right away, or he's going to attack Satakunta, and I have a feeling he'll probably go to war with Västergötland. He's serious business, and we're going to be at war with him, and it's going to be a hard-fought war. It's going to either make or break. But without further ado, I'm going to declare the war immediately. We're good to go. We're going to go to the military tab up here, and we're going to raise our levies, and we're going to gather them in Haim, because it'll be easier to get there. I want myself in charge, I want this guy on the flank, and why is it that my other commanders aren't around? Actually, you know what? Before we do any of that, before we unpause, I want to go to the intrigue tab and actually do, like, promote a couple of commanders, I would think. Actually, yes, well, definitely holy men. Invite 2 of them, because that's all we can do. And we're going to invite maybe 10 gold worth of nobles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we'll get that many. Promote commanders, we could do that. It costs prestige. I don't know if I want to do it. We're going to lose that prestige anyway. We have no reason not to. So, we should have better options to our name now. So let me look at our commanders tab. Minor titles. This should be its own separate tab, honestly. I don't like having to go all the way to the bottom, or at least these should be up at the top, and these ones should be at the bottom, I guess. So, is there anyone better for the job? You darn tootin' there are. Pursuit and Hunter, that's really good. He can move fast. And this guy's a heavy infantry leader. Not so amazing, but it's gonna be you. And, what was it that you were good at? You weren't really good at anything. It's gonna be you as well. We don't have a whole lot of heavy infantry, but that's good. So, where was I? Here we go. So we need to promote these guys as our commanders. So you, and everybody to that place. And we're going to go after him right away and hopefully finish this war off immediately. And for our prestige thing, it's more important to take the gold, I think, right off the bat than it is the prestige. We'll get plenty of prestige by going to war. And just by winning this war, it'll get us back into the positive. We're going to go up here. We're going to crush this army right away. I have gained the trait maimed and severely injured, so now I'm one-eyed. That wasn't very good. Personal combat skill is down, and I'm severely injured. But that's okay, we gotta siege down his only holding. And that's all we're gonna do. And our levy reinforcements have come up, so when we disband and finish this war, everything will start to recover at a lot faster rate. Now that that's been done, I want to actually take my marshal and move him. I can't do that until the 3rd of July, so that's just gonna have to wait. But I'll probably move him to Hame next. I think it's pronounced, or Hum. I am not sure, but maybe that's Uusimaa. I can't pronounce Finnish. I'm sorry, guys. If anybody's from Finland out there, I'm sorry. I'm sure you have a very beautiful country. I've seen plenty of pictures of it. I'm very interested in it. And, yeah, so we're at 100%. Let's go ahead and end the war. We have no reason to stick around. Offer peace, enforce demands. Sounds good. We own this province now. And all of the men that came with it. We're going to drop our levy because we don't want to pay for it anymore than we have to. And this is not in the area that we would ideally want, but it is It is good land. It's going to have not much of a garrison for a long time, but we've already gone up in the amount of men we can draw from right now. We can get 900 men. Next one up on the docket, we can't get them right now, I should say, but we have the potential to get 900 men. We have 718 out of 900 right now, but we can raise up that eventually. For now, we're already back into positive prestige. We still have money. We want to keep the war train moving. Kaksalmi is next up on the docket, and he already has a pact with his wife, which is not important. She is chiefess of this same place, so she doesn't have anybody to call to his aid. He has 257 men. Easy choice. Declare war immediately. Subjugation. We'd make him a tributary. The difference between the claims here, making tributary turns them into basically a person who you're extorting them for money. They're still independent, but they pay you like existence fees, we'll say, for a set amount of time. Pagans make very, very little income. Like, look at the cost, the price of this total county tax. 8.8 ducats a year. That's practically nothing. Or is that per month? That's total yearly income. 8.8. So he makes 8 ducats a year. We have 39 ducats right now. You do the math on how terrible that is. This county makes nothing a year. This only does 1. Mine does 9.1. We need to take this. I mean, it's still better than nothing, and it has a temple underneath of it, so... Sorry, man. Subjugation. I hope you're prepared, because I sure am. We're going to raise our troops, meet in Uusimaa this time. But I do think that is going to have to wait until next time on Rag Plays Crusader Kings 2, The Reapers Do As, soon to be Finland, hopefully. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.